Welcome to part 3 of this interview with head coach Danny MacKriel. In this part of the interview, I'll be looking at the rest of the season, looking ahead, and what we think the outcome will be at the end of the season, which brings me straight to the question, kind of yes or no, can you see us as league champions? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
I hope so. I think we all hope so. We've got a long way to go. A lot of difficult games to go. But we're in a strong position. So we'll see what happens in those games. I think as long as we keep focused, then we're in for a good chance. We're in for a good chance, and we've put ourselves in a good position. So we're happy where we are at the moment.
You spoke earlier in one of the other parts of this interview about Whitley and how experienced David Longstaff and Andrew Pay are and how well they're doing. It really looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race and it's going to come down to the last hurdle basically. That's something kind of to look forward to, or is it something you really watch as well?
Yeah, we always look out for how other teams are getting on, but I think there's a long way to go to write off the likes of Solihull, Telford, Billingham, who's starting to pull strings, some results ago. It's a long way to write anybody off, yeah. And
that kind of brings me on to the next question, where you mentioned Solihull and Telford. Last year's teams that made the playoffs out of the 4 were currently the only one sat in a playoff position. I understand it is a long way to go, because it is. Is that a surprise? I suppose it kind of is that shows how strong the league is this year.
It does.
With the new teams that have come in.
It does show that. Again, you read things and you look at things and people saying, "Oh, that they're the surprise package," but I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I always said that Telford would be good come the start of the year. Solihull would be very dangerous again come the start of the year. So it hasn't surprised me at all. Only on the basis that they are good teams. People probably didn't realise just because they were playing in Division 2 that how good of a team they actually were. And they are good hockey teams. Both well organised, well coached, well driven, and we've got some good games coming up against both sets. I think we've got 2 games of Telford, 2 games of Solihull to come, so they could have a big say in what happens in the rest of the league season. So. And
you talked about the potential. Oh, sorry, I'll reword that again. Who do you think will kind of make the playoffs? Can you give us a little insight, or do you think it's completely wide open?
I think it's wide open. I think it's the widest. It's the widest opening.
The widest opening.
You know what I mean? It's so wide open. It'd be difficult to call, really. There's teams that will be getting players back as we're getting players back from injuries that can really make a push on. If you write anybody off, I think it's a ridiculous thing to do. Sheffield will come good, no doubt about it. Billingham will push on. Solway will get their key players back, so it'll be massive. And other teams will take points off other teams, and they'll have says in how that's going to look come playoff time. So.
Looking at the personal stats for our team and kind of the stats overall based on our team, we're completely out shooting teams really. Give or take, there's been a couple. We're really getting shots on goal. Is that something you drilled into them, or is it something that's kind of come naturally?
No, that's something that we talk about, that we have to get pucks to net. Not just pucks to net, but bodies to net as well. We need to get shooting lanes. So it's something that we're big on. If you don't take a shot, you're not going to score a goal, are you? So we need to be shooting the puck, and it is good to see that we are out shooting teams. Conversions, they weren't too bad just before Christmas. I think we're stumbling a little bit, but hey, we've come out with some good points lately, so we're happy where that takes us really at the moment.
And kind of with the 3 kind of scorers that are highest at the moment is Addy, RJ, and Rick. Care to place a little bit of a bet?
I wouldn't like to. I'm not a gambling man. Much? No, I'm not a gambling man. I think Bentham's scored more goals, hasn't he?
I think so. Yeah, I think like Addy and RJ got a lot of assists between them. But
it really doesn't bother me who gets the goals, and as long as we're churning out 2 points, then the points, personal points and tallies, it has no bearing on that for me at all. I'd like to see all 3 of them tied on the same amount of goals and assists and points, and make them all joint top. That'd be really nice in an ideal world.
And lastly, to end this on, the fixture coming up next after this interview is going to be Whitley at home here.
Yeah.
So we've got a Saturday game, sorry, at Sheffield.
Yeah, that's right.
Whitley here on the Sunday, the final game of this kind of mini-series as people are calling it. With these games being played quite close together, and Whitley have obviously played no one else in between, unlike we have, does it kind of, you make it, you know each other team inside out, you know what to expect? Is it going to be a real nitty-gritty game?
I think it'll be nip and tuck, very tight, very fast physical games against, as they always are against Whitley. I wouldn't say either team knows each other inside out. I think we've still got a lot more than we can give. Whitley probably saying the same as well. But what it does make is, you know, a good. The previous 3 games have been a good platform for the final game between us. So I think it's going to be an excellent game of another excellent game of hockey between two very, very good hockey teams in this league.
And I think we'll end that on there. I'll let you get off to today's game. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank
and
you.
Hope to chat with you in April with potentially a league trophy.
That'd be nice.
Who knows? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.